Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're diving into a jaw-dropping storyline from CBS The Bold and the Beautiful, one of the most iconic soap operas on television. If you're a longtime fan of the show, you know that the drama in Los Angeles is always at an all-time high, with secrets, betrayals, and shocking revelations around every corner. In this article, we're going to unpack a gripping plot involving Jack Finnegan, Finn, Sheila Carter, and a bombshell that shakes the very foundation of the Forrester family. Without further ado, let's get into the heart of this storyline, focusing on the main points and delivering all the drama that keeps us hooked on The Bold and the Beautiful. Buckle up, because this is going to be an intense ride. A new chapter for Jack Finnegan after a year away. It's been over a year since we last saw Jack Finnegan in Los Angeles, and in that time, he's been quietly rebuilding his life after a painful separation from Lee Finnegan. Jack, once a central figure in Finn's life, had taken a step back from the chaos of LA to focus on himself. However, as we all know, in the world of soap operas, the past never truly stays buried. Jack's journey away from LA didn't mean he was done with the drama. In fact, it only set the stage for an even bigger revelation that would turn everyone's world upside down. During his time away, Jack found himself reflecting on his life, his family, and the secrets that had shaped his relationship with Finn, the young man he had always believed to be his biological son. This introspection led him down a path of curiosity and suspicion, prompting him to revisit old records and files from Finn's childhood. What started as a casual look into the past quickly turned into an obsession as Jack began to piece together a truth he had never anticipated. Jack uncovers a shocking truth about Finn's parentage. As Jack dug deeper into Finn's early years, he stumbled upon inconsistencies that made his heart race. After careful examination, he came to a devastating realization: Finn was not his biological son. This bombshell was a gut punch to Jack, who had raised Finn as his own and built a life around the belief that they shared a blood bond. The betrayal cut deep, and Jack immediately pointed the finger at Sheila Carter, Finn's mother, who had a long history of deception and manipulation. Jack knew that Sheila had lied to him for years, allowing him to believe a falsehood that shaped his entire identity as a father. But Jack wasn't content to stop at this discovery. Driven by a need for answers, he decided to go further and uncover the identity of Finn's real father. Through meticulous research and a few well-placed inquiries, Jack began to zero in on a surprising suspect, a man of significant influence and reputation within the Forrester family, a name synonymous with power and legacy in Los Angeles. This revelation was almost too much to process, but Jack knew he couldn't rest until he had concrete proof. Armed with suspicion and determination, he made the bold decision to return to LA and confront the past head-on. Jack returns to LA with a mission. After more than a year away, Jack's return to Los Angeles sent ripples through the community. He arrived quietly, not wanting to tip anyone off about his intentions. His mission was clear: confirm the identity of Finn's biological father and finally lay the truth bare, no matter how earth-shattering it might be. To achieve this, Jack took drastic measures. He secretly obtained DNA samples from Finn and the man he suspected to be Finn's father, a prominent figure in the Forrester dynasty. With the samples in hand, Jack headed to a hospital for a definitive paternity test, his heart pounding with anticipation and dread. The wait for the results felt like an eternity, but when the report finally came back, it confirmed Jack's worst fears and his wildest suspicions. Finn was not his son, but he was indeed the biological child of the man Jack had identified. The truth was undeniable, written in black and white on the DNA test results. This wasn't just a personal blow to Jack, it was a revelation that would have far-reaching consequences for everyone involved, especially the Forrester family, who had no idea that one of their own was at the center of this storm. A family meeting that changes everything. With the DNA results in hand, Jack knew he couldn't keep this secret to himself. The truth deserved to be known, even if it meant tearing apart relationships and reopening old wounds. He arranged a dramatic family meeting, bringing together not only his own family but also key members of the Forrester clan. The tension in the room was palpable as everyone gathered, unsure of why Jack had called them together after such a long absence. Little did they know that they were about to be hit with a revelation that would shake the very foundation of their lives. As the meeting unfolded, Jack stood before everyone and revealed the shocking truth. Finn's real father was none other than Eric Forrester, the patriarch of the Forrester family and a man whose history with Sheila Carter had long been a topic of hushed whispers. Jack presented the DNA results as irrefutable evidence, showing that he had no biological connection to Finn, while Eric was indeed the young man's father. The room fell silent, the weight of the revelation sinking in as every person present grappled with what this meant for their relationships, their history, and their future. The fallout, shock and betrayal rippled through LA. The news that Eric Forrester was Finn's biological father sent shockwaves through both families. For many, it was hard to fathom that such a secret could have been hidden for so long. But for those who knew Sheila Carter's manipulative nature, it wasn't entirely surprising. After all, Sheila and Eric had shared a passionate and tumultuous relationship in the past, a romance that had been marked by intensity and drama. Their history provided the perfect backdrop for such a deception, and it became painfully clear that Sheila had orchestrated this lie to serve her own agenda, leaving Jack to raise a child that wasn't his and keeping Eric in the dark about his own flesh and blood. For Finn, the revelation was particularly devastating. He had grown up believing Jack was his father, and while their relationship hadn't always been perfect, there was a bond there that he cherished. Now, to learn that Eric Forrester, a man he respected and admired from a distance, was his biological father, Finn was left reeling. The news forced him to question his identity, his place in the world, and the motives of the people around him, especially his mother, Sheila, who had woven this web of lies for decades. Eric, too, was overwhelmed by the news. As the head of the Forrester family, he had always prided himself on protecting his loved ones and upholding the family name. To discover that he had a son he never knew about, and that Sheila had kept this from him, was a betrayal of unimaginable proportions. Eric's mind raced back to his time with Sheila, recalling the passion and the chaos of their relationship. He couldn't help but wonder how things might have been different if he had known about Finn from the start. Finn confronts Sheila for her deceptions. While the revelation affected everyone, Finn's immediate reaction was to seek out Sheila, the woman responsible for this life-altering lie. His emotions were a turbulent mix of anger, confusion, and hurt as he confronted his mother, demanding answers for why she had kept such a monumental secret. Finn unleashed years of pent-up frustration, accusing Sheila of manipulating everyone around her for her own gain. He wanted to know why she had chosen Jack to raise him as his father instead of telling Eric the truth. He questioned whether she ever intended to reveal the real story, or if she planned to take the secret to her grave. Sheila, true to form, attempted to defend herself, spinning a tale of protecting Finn and doing what she thought was best for him. But Finn wasn't buying it. He saw through her excuses, recognizing the pattern of deceit that had defined Sheila's life. For Finn, this confrontation was about more than just the truth of his parentage. It was about holding Sheila accountable for the countless ways she had hurt the people around her. The exchange was raw and emotional, leaving both mother and son at an impasse, unsure of whether their relationship could ever recover from this betrayal. Eric and Finn, navigating an uncertain future. Meanwhile, the dynamic between Finn and Eric remained uncertain. Both men found themselves in uncharted territory, unsure of how to approach each other after such a life-changing revelation. For Eric, there was a mix of guilt and longing, guilt for not knowing about Finn sooner, and a longing to build a connection with the son he never knew he had. For Finn, the idea of seeing Eric as a father figure was complicated. He respected Eric as a pillar of the Forrester family, but forming a personal bond with him felt overwhelming, especially given the circumstances under which the truth came to light. As they tentatively began to navigate this new reality, both Finn and Eric knew that it would take time to heal the wounds caused by Sheila's deception. They had to confront not only their own feelings but also the reactions of those around them. The Forrester family, already no stranger to drama, found itself grappling with how to integrate this new truth into their lives. Questions lingered about how this would affect family dynamics, business decisions, and long-held alliances. The ripple effects of a long-buried secret. Jack, meanwhile, was left to process his own pain. Though he had uncovered the truth, it came at a great personal cost. He had lost the identity of being Finn's father, a role that had defined much of his life. While he harbored no ill will toward Finn, the hurt of Sheila's betrayal and the years of living a lie gnawed at him. Jack's return to LA had been about seeking closure, but instead, it opened up a new chapter of uncertainty. He now faced the challenge of redefining his relationship with Finn and finding a way to move forward after such a profound loss. For the broader community in Los Angeles, the news of Finn's true parentage became the talk of the town. Whispers and rumors spread like wildfire, with everyone speculating about what this meant for the Forrester empire and the Finnegan family. Sheila, as always, found herself at the center of the controversy, her name once again synonymous with scandal. Her actions had not only hurt her immediate family but had also reignited old tensions within the Forrester clan, reminding everyone of her destructive influence over the years. What lies ahead for Finn, Eric, and Sheila? As this storyline continues to unfold on The Bold and the Beautiful, fans are left on the edge of their seats, wondering what's next for Finn, Eric, Sheila, and everyone caught in the crossfire of this explosive secret. Will Finn and Eric be able to forge a meaningful father-son relationship, or will the weight of the past keep them at a distance? Can Sheila ever redeem herself in Finn's eyes, or has she finally pushed him too far? And how will Jack find peace after losing the one role that gave his life so much meaning? One thing is certain, in the world of The Bold and the Beautiful, nothing stays calm for long. This revelation about Finn's parentage is just the beginning of a new wave of drama, heartbreak, and unexpected twists. As the Forrester and Finnegan families grapple with the fallout, viewers can expect more secrets to surface, more alliances to be tested, and more emotional confrontations that will keep us glued to our screens. Next, we will dive into the electrifying drama unfolding this week on The Bold and the Beautiful. Buckle up, because the CBS soap is serving up a storm of passion, betrayal, and jaw-dropping confrontations that will leave fans on the edge of their seats. From forbidden romances to violent showdowns, the streets of Los Angeles are about to become a battlefield for love and revenge. Let's unpack the chaos, with a deeper look into the tangled web of relationships, hidden motives, and explosive rivalries that are set to dominate the screen. Luna Nozawa, A Dangerous Heart in Love. At the heart of this week's drama is Luna Nozawa, a character who has been a simmering volcano of unpredictability ever since her release from prison. Her time behind bars seems to have only sharpened her edge, turning her into a force of chaos that no one in the Forrester or Spencer families can ignore. Now, Luna's latest obsession has taken a scandalous turn. She's fallen hard for Will Spencer Jr., a man who is practically her half-brother. Despite stern warnings from her formidable grandmother, Sheila Carter, to abandon this forbidden crush and leave Los Angeles for good. Luna's heart, or perhaps her thirst for drama, refuses to listen. Sources close to the B&B set reveal that Luna's feelings for Will are more than just a fleeting infatuation. Insiders suggest she sees him as a trophy, a way to assert dominance in a world that has constantly tried to cage her. Her defiance of Sheila's orders paints her as a true rebel, a young woman cut from the same wild cloth as her infamous grandmother. But this isn't just a story of unrequited love, it's a ticking time bomb waiting to detonate. Luna's next move, according to exclusive spoilers, is a bold and brazen attempt to steal Will right out from under his girlfriend's nose. She's not just crossing boundaries, she's obliterating them with a sledgehammer. A seductive scheme and a rival's wrath. Luna's audacity reaches new heights this week as she sends Will a provocative message, dripping with seduction and intent. Picture this. A late-night text, laced with suggestive undertones, lighting up Will's phone while he's with his sweet and unsuspecting girlfriend, Electra Forrester. The message isn't just a flirtation, it's a declaration of war. Luna makes it crystal clear to Electra that she's not playing by any rules, least of all the unspoken girl code that binds most women in matters of the heart. Electra, often seen as the innocent and gentle soul in this high-stakes drama, is blindsided by Luna's blatant challenge. But don't let her soft exterior fool you, there's a fire in Electra that's about to ignite. Behind the scenes, whispers from the B&B writing team hint that Electra's reaction will be a turning point for her character. She's not just hurt, she's furious, and for the first time, viewers will see a side of her that's ready to fight tooth and nail for what's hers. This isn't just about protecting her relationship with Will, it's about proving to Luna that she's not a pushover. As tensions boil over, the stage is set for a confrontation that promises to be nothing short of explosive. Will Electra's newfound strength be enough to fend off Luna's relentless pursuit, or will she become just another casualty in Luna's destructive path? Sheila Carter steps into the fray. Enter Sheila Carter, the matriarch of mayhem, who finds herself thrust into the middle of this brewing storm. This week, Sheila is forced to play peacemaker, or at least attempt to. When a vicious catfight erupts between Luna and Electra. Spoilers indicate that the clash is far from a petty argument, it's a full-blown physical altercation that leaves onlookers stunned. Imagine hair pulling, sharp words cutting like knives, and a crowd of bystanders frozen as these two young women unleash their fury. Sheila, with her own notorious history of violence and manipulation, knows better than anyone the dangerous potential of unchecked rage. She steps in to break up the brawl, but not without a heavy dose of frustration and fear. What's particularly chilling is the realization that dawns on Sheila during this chaotic moment. Luna, her own flesh and blood, isn't just a troubled soul, she's a cold-blooded killer with a track record that sends shivers down even Sheila's spine. Electra, by standing up to Luna, has unknowingly painted a massive target on her back. Sheila manages to separate the two this time, but there's a gnawing dread in her mind. What happens when she's not around to intervene? Will Luna's dark impulses lead to another tragedy, with Electra as the next victim? In a desperate bid to protect both her granddaughter and the innocent lives around her, Sheila pleads with Luna to pack her bags and leave Los Angeles behind. But Luna, ever the defiant spirit, has other plans that could spell disaster for everyone involved. The aftermath and a family in crisis. The fallout from the catfight sends shockwaves through the Forrester and Spencer families, with everyone taking sides and tensions reaching an all-time high. Sheila's plea for Luna to leave town falls on deaf ears, as the young woman seems determined to carve her own path, no matter how destructive. Spoilers tease that Luna's refusal to back down isn't just stubbornness, it's a calculated move. She's playing a long game, one that might involve not just winning Will's heart but also dismantling the very foundations of the relationships around her. Could Luna be plotting something even more sinister than a romantic conquest? Some fans speculate that her ultimate goal is to sow discord so deep that no one in her orbit escapes unscathed. Meanwhile, Elektra grapples with the aftermath of the confrontation, questioning whether her relationship with Will is worth the danger that Luna represents. Her trust in Will is shaken, especially after seeing how Luna's advances seem to linger in the air like a dark cloud. Will himself is caught in a precarious position, torn between his loyalty to Elektra and the undeniable pull of Luna's dangerous allure. The emotional stakes couldn't be higher, and every character involved is forced to confront their deepest fears and desires. As the week unfolds, viewers are left wondering, will love triumph over chaos, or will Luna's darkness consume them all? Team Luna or Team Elektra, where do you stand? As the dust settles on this week's dramatic events, one question looms large over the BNB fandom: whose side are you on? Are you rooting for Luna, the misunderstood rebel with a tragic past and a heart full of forbidden longing? Or do you stand with Elektra, the underdog who's finally finding her strength and refusing to let her happiness be stolen? The battle lines are drawn, and social media is already buzzing with heated debates over who will ultimately come out on top in this war of hearts and wills. Some fans admire Luna's fearless pursuit of what she wants, seeing her as a modern-day anti-heroine, while others champion Elektra's resilience and believe she deserves to protect her love at all costs. This week's episodes of The Bold and the Beautiful promise to be a roller coaster of emotions, with twists and turns that will keep us glued to our screens. Will Sheila's intervention be enough to curb Luna's dangerous tendencies, or are we on the brink of another heartbreaking tragedy? Can Elektra hold her ground against a rival who plays by no rules, or will she need to tap into a darker side of herself to survive? And where does Will's heart truly lie in this tangled mess of passion and betrayal? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let us know who you're cheering for in this epic showdown. Stay tuned to BNB Spoilers channel for all the latest updates, because in the world of the bold and the beautiful, nothing is ever as it seems.